you're wanting to start a regular sketchbook practice but never know what to draw, then this video is for you. In this video, I'm going to be sharing 10 of my favourite sketching prompts. And these will help you to fill those blank pages and boost your creativity, one tiny moment at a time. So let's dive into my sketchbooks and I'll show you what I mean. Now for prompt number 1, I'm going to suggest sketching a single leaf. Single leaves are so easy to find source matter from just walking around just outside your front door, to your garden, to the local park. Just pick up a leaf and get sketching. This could be a single leaf in pencil, it could be an outline, it could be a coloured drawing, or a really simple leaf-shaped doodle that is almost from your imagination. For me, nature provides endless inspiration, and when I don't know what to draw sometimes, I just think single leaf and I doodle, draw, sketch, just a single leaf in my sketchbook, and it provides me with endless inspiration. Now, prompt number 2 is your morning cuppa. Now, every day, whether it's first thing in the morning or at 11 o'clock, I have a cup of coffee or sometimes a cup of tea, but I'll always have a drink, and I sure hope you have some form of drink at some point in your morning. Now, sketching my morning cuppa was a project that I embarked on back in 2022. And every day, most days in a row, I sketched with a continuous line drawing my cup of coffee for the day. A continuous line drawing is where you just grab a single pen, you pop your pen down on the page and you draw your item, in this case a cup, with one single continuous line without taking the pen off the page. This was a fantastic project for me to do, but also really easy because I've always got some sort of drink. Here you can say I had an empty cup of water. So a couple of times I had glasses of water, other times it was cups of coffee. And this is a subject matter that will be easy to find, readily in front of you, because it's part of your daily routine. So when you're not sure what to draw, grab your morning cuppa and get sketching. Now for sketching prompt number 3, I'm going to suggest looking at patterns. Patterns are a really accessible type of sketching that you can do in your sketchbook because you don't need a reference object. You're not drawing real life. It's not observational drawing. You're just playing with pattern, and in the case of the sketchbook pages here in front of me, I'm actually playing with colour as well. So I love to fill a page full of pattern. Sometimes I do use pencil or pen, and other times I bust out my watercolours or gouache paints and just play on the page with making lines of pattern, squares of pattern, all kinds of pattern. So when in doubt, sketch a pattern and see what happens. So prompt number 4 that I return to again and again is a favourite object. Now for me, this is always my pens and pencils. I absolutely love sketching my drawing tools. They are some of my favourite items and objects that I have within my home, in my studio and in my many pencil cases. It can be something that really makes you smile to pick an object that you love, to pop it in front of you and sketch it in whatever medium you want. So go and grab something that you love, a favourite object, grab your sketchbook and get sketching. So for prompt number 5, let's look at colour. I think colour is an amazingly inspiring thing to look at within your sketchbooks. And I have a whole sketchbook here that I've dedicated to colour, where I put little swatches of colours, where I mix paints and just have a play about. This is by no means the only way to explore colour, and here I've done some little colour mixing samples, but just playing with colour without thinking about drawing or painting something in particular can be so relaxing and mindful, and a really great way to build a sketching habit and just relax into your creativity and have a lot of fun in your sketchbooks. So go play with some colour and see what happens. Now, prompt number 6 is doodling, what I like to call doodles of fun. And this is where I like to simply grab a pen and doodle all sorts of subject matter. This can be as simple as kind of marks on the page, circles, lines, anything like that, to really simple shapes and patterns, to objects such as fish or mushrooms. But the main thing with a doodle, which I always think is maybe slightly different to a full sketch, is that it can be done very quickly and mindlessly. So I'm not looking at any reference images, I'm just kind of drawing in an almost thoughtless, mindless way, which makes it mindful, if that makes sense. So I can just relax and almost sketch something repetitively. So for example, this one here is just a circle with a little star shape inside and some dots around it. I don't need to look at a reference for this. I can just kind of sketch and draw and relax in it. And I would highly recommend that you select your own subject matter from very simple to something you're interested in and return to this subject matter again and again. Doodling is super fun. Now for prompt number 8, I'm going to suggest you look up and we look at the sky. Now I love sketching landscapes, but actually what I've realised over the years is what I enjoy sketching is the sky. And this is why many of my landscapes have a huge proportion of sky and a teeny weeny little bit of land. So it can be really great to just look up because there will always be a sky somewhere, whether it's clear and blue, cloudy, dark, or nighttime. There will be something above you outdoors for you to sketch. I quite like doing this in paint in my sketchbook. Some of these are acrylic paint with a bit of crayon added on, but it almost doesn't matter what material you use, but just returning to sketch the sky again and again and again can be a fantastic subject matter to kickstart your sketching habit, to relax, because it's always an accessible subject matter and you can get into a repetitive pattern with it. Maybe have a whole sketchbook dedicated to just sketching skies. Now for prompt number 8, I'm going to talk about being inspired by your materials. Explore your materials. Now I love art materials and I love to explore them as well. So something that I like to do is swatch all the different colours and just play with them in often the backs of sketchbooks and in the middles of sketchbooks. So here we can see where I've actually swatched some colours of new paints, and then I've just messed about with doing some little mini squares of colour, all just kind of layered up. And again here I've just done a little bit of exploration. So exploring your materials in any kind of way is a super fun way to experiment in your sketchbook. Now prompt number 9 is books, so being inspired by books. I'm a little bit of a book nut and I own hundreds of different books in all sorts of genres, but I have a very large art collection. Now sometimes when I am lacking inspiration and I need something to get me started, I go to my art books and I might open a page and find something to get me started. And of course I've got my own book here, Sketchbook Challenge 100 Prompts for Daily Drawing. And in here you can flick to a page, find a prompt and get sketching. So this is a particularly great book for just finding a subject matter, understanding something to draw and just getting on and doing it without thinking. And at the front of the book, you've actually also got some little miniature challenges. So you've got a floral challenge around the house, colours, animals, everyday objects, as well as some sketching warm-ups. But there are so many art books out there, so you don't need to go and buy this one or this one or this one specifically. Just go to your bookshelf, grab a book, and be inspired by whatever you find within the pages. Now my very final prompt, my final suggestion for you, a way to kickstart your sketching habit, is something that made you smile today. I know I really enjoy my sketching when I'm drawing something that's made me smile. And I'm showing you this very front page of my sketchbook here and these 2 little cartoon drawings because these were actually drawings I did with my daughter. She's 8 years old and we like to sketch together, but she loves to watch videos of people sketching cute animals. And so we often sit together and we will sketch these cute animals. I've got another example in the back of the book here as well, where we've done a couple of other little drawings. And you know what? This really made me smile. It was fun to draw something that was out of my usual comfort zone, something that made her smile, me smile. So sketching doesn't have to be serious, but essentially if you're sketching something that you enjoy and it gives you those good vibes and those good feels, you're going to want to open your sketchbook and do it again, because your body and your brain will remember all those good feels that you had. All the good hormones will be running around your body and your brain will associate sketching with happy times and enjoyable things. So this is a really loose, wide prompt. You absolutely do not have to draw cartoon animals, but this made me smile and I thought I would show it to you because this is not my usual sketching style, but it made me smile and I really enjoyed it. So I hope you enjoyed looking through my sketchbooks and some of those lovely prompts that can really kickstart your sketching practice. And I just want to remind you here that sketching and drawing isn't all about perfect pages, perfect drawings. It's about slowing down, it's about noticing, enjoying and connecting with what's around you. And approaching your sketchbook in this way will make it enjoyable and of course super fun. And I'd like to remind you that I have a free ebook called How to Build a Daily Sketching Habit. It's a really practical 16-page PDF guide, especially for you. And it's perfect if you want to get back into sketching regularly, if you're making art after a break, or if you've just completely lost your artistic mojo. It's packed full of mindset advice, practical tips and exercises to assist you with falling in love with your sketchbooks again. So dust off those sketchbooks, grab the guide, and let's get sketching. And I'll see you again next week on my YouTube channel. Take care.